Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's going.
Hey, but we're closer to Friday than we were yesterday, so that's.
Ma'am, that's correct. The good thing about this past weekend is my Saints won, so.
Oh, yay. I'm with you on that. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Level 3 prisoners up there, all right? Sit down.
Not until 9.
Yes, ma'am. I need to be able to sign myself on first person. I don't want the head of the problem. You have anything else? Yeah, they're sending you on me.
Yeah.
I gotta be in Medina, so I'm the first one.
Is he in custody?
What? No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm pretty
Is it
sure.
criminal trial division or family violence?
Send it on.
All right.
I-
Yeah,
I-
sign in and I'll take yours up first after I call the docket.
Sort of. I'm good. Thank you.
How far is Medina from here?
From courthouse, 45 minutes-ish, an hour.
How many miles is that?
Uh,
I mean, from here to there. Is it probably like about 65, 70 maybe?
Growing up, it was always time. I never knew
Where?
how far something was, like how many
Medina.
miles.
Medina, you mean like Castroville?
Hondo.
Oh, well, it's,
If it's 45 minutes to get there, it has to be more than 30 miles.
I'm
it
assuming.
is almost exactly 30 miles from the edge of town.
Ah,
So like, once you hit 90,
Mhm.
it's about 30 miles to Hondo. So I used to live out there.
Me and my dad always talked that.
It's only 12 miles to Castroville.
We won the lottery kind of thing. Like that's the.
that's where you'll
that's
be
the
living?
ranch. That's where the ranch would go.
Oh, hey.
I don't know if you want it anymore. It's like, it's so built up out there. Like they have to build a new high school in Castroville because there's so many kids.
Really?
Wow.
Really,
It doesn't look, I mean, I drive through, it doesn't look different
Doesn't
than I
look
did
that
10 years
way.
ago.
It's all out and out. Yeah.
But I could still get a bigger plot of land out there than I could.
Well, I always wanted to buy between Hondo and Bandera, because that stretch of highway is really pretty out there.
I've just handled cases in Bandera and I'm like,
But here's the problem with getting a bigger plot of land.
yeah.
During the zombie apocalypse, that means that there's more surface
Well,
that you have to defend.
you're probably wrong. So I thought about that. So first off, as a high enough wall,
Oh, wow.
you gotta have a high enough wall around the perimeter. If you have too big, then it's too expensive and too costly to get the perimeter. Then you also can't monitor it during the apocalypse.
You are after my heart because everybody else, they're not prepared for the zombie apocalypse. Lauren's going to be the first to go.
Technically, I'm not. See, technically, I'm not prepared anymore.
Tied with Michael. Michael's like, I'm gone.
See, I used to be prepared. I used to be very prepared. My wife's grandfather had a nice plot of land
Mhm.
that was overlooking everything. It was hidden enough trees, but we could see out to the highway.
Mhm.
It had a big enough piece of land, high enough fences. Then he passed away at
You
105.
know what? Here's the thing. I always knew that you would be probably the people who were prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other people,
Of all,
look at this room. Alfonso may be prepared. I don't know.
well, just the US actually has a plan for the zombie apocalypse. And the logic and reasoning behind it was if you are prepared, if you have a plan for the zombie apocalypse, anything less than that, you're prepared for it.
There we go.
Like That's the line, that's the line of reason. That's the line.
All right, everyone, I'm gonna call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you're here. Otherwise, I'm gonna assume you're not, and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Kianso Smith, Millie Reyes, Angela Pettis, Ethan Gonzalez, Fatima Malara, Tomas Cantu, Michael Sanchez, Jonathan Tavares Carter, he's on Zoom. Jeffrey Dollar, custody, and Anthony Mateus Freeman Jr. Anthony Mate, am I pronouncing?
Stand up.
Yeah. You're being silent. Do you want a warrant? All right. Are you Anthony Freeman? All right. Thank you. Damian Antonio. Thank you. Freddie Lozano, custody. Christopher Sanchez, custody. Jonathan Navarro, custody. Eric Mason, custody. Freddie Lozano, custody. Ruben Villarreal. Ruben Villarreal. Basilio Correo. Thank you. Joseph Liam Rodriguez. Joseph Liam Rodriguez. Nicholas Quiones, custody. Randy Gonzalez, custody. Antonio Carrizales. Antonio Valentin Carrizales. Ruben Martinez, custody. Isabel Arias or Arias, custody. Jacob Leal. Thank you. Brendan Andrew. Anthony Blackburn. Adelia Sobs, custody. Javier Figueroa, custody. Brandon Garcia. Ruben Cancino, custody. Logan Anthony Jacob McBride. Rodney Wiggins, custody. Jose Angel Garcia. Jose Angel Garcia. People are doing the late responses. Jerry Ramirez. Thank you. William Hink, custody. David Solomon Duenas, custody. Oh, what is that, a satellite thing?
Yeah, electronic monitor.
All right, thank you. Ashley Sullivan, custody. Israel Cortez, custody. Thank you. Amani Robinson, is she in custody or on bond? All right, thank you. Walter Prince. Adriana Tanahara, custody. Richard Cantu, custody. Adis Hernandez Rivas, custody. Vincent Munoz, custody. Francel Braggs, custody. Trent Cole Deckard. Emmanuel Galindo. Nashia Harrison, custody. Orlando Medellin.
President Council, Your Honor.
Thank you. And the other one is for jury. Anyone whose name was not called or you came in late? Put him in handcuffs.
That's
All right, deputies, could you do me a favor? Could you make sure that Keonse Smith and Millie Reyes are brought out as well? They're on page 1. All right, attorneys, these are the rules of the court. Follow these rules because, as you can tell, we have a lot of inmates. This court will be recessing. Do not rush me at 11:40 and say, oh, judge, it's just this, because it's not going to happen because everybody needs a break because we're starting jury trial this afternoon at 1:30. If your affair is not taken care of today, we'll see you tomorrow or we're going to see you on Friday. And I don't think anybody wants to be on Friday because we have to make sure that Santa Claus is real for our little ones. So attorneys, we're supposed to be going paperless. When you're ready, approach the clerk, let them know what you're approaching for. If it's an MTR, they need to know because there's certain things I need to pull up on the system. If it's a PSI sentencing, let them know because I need to pull it up on the sentencing. So if your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than Spanish, let them know because we'll need an interpreter whether you speak the language or not. If you have a client that is in custody, request them from the deputies. If you have not conferred with the state and conferred with your client, you're not ready to speak to me. Does everyone understand? When we're on the record, do not talk behind the court reporter because it's hard for her to hear. My attention will be slightly divided, but hey, I'm a female, so I can multitask, but I would love to give somebody 100%. Does everyone understand? Is there anyone who doesn't understand those instructions? If you have not signed in and you're sitting there a long time, maybe I'll wonder, hey, why is they still sitting there? But it's incumbent upon you to sign in. So it's Tuesday, it's not a Monday, so we should be happy. And the weather is nice and delightful. So let it snow, let it snow. Everyone, please confer. And when you're ready to approach, just let me know. Yeah, anyone who's ready? Anyone ready?
Yes, Judge, on page 8, first one. Jacob, yeah.
Jacob Liao. Hello. Let me just pull this up on this. Sorry, Odyssey is moving a little bit slow. It's getting your case in the little circle.
Slower than usual or just being Odyssey?
Well, it's about to pop up now, so it's just being Odyssey.
That just, yeah, that sounds like Odyssey.
All right, what is happening with this case?
On this one, Judge, the state, I spoke to the state, there's supposed to be a phone dump from the victim's phone that they're supposed to get to me. They haven't gotten it yet. So they don't even have it to give to me. That's what we're waiting on. We've only had really one setting before this, and that was on the motion for bond reduction. We ended up withdrawing that motion, or sorry, we ended up holding that hearing because the state and I agreed. We got that signed. He is now out, and we're starting the beginning of the handling the case, Judge.
All right, so everyone, please lower your voices. Other than the discovery for the phone, is there anything else?
I don't believe so, Judge. Not to my knowledge, but obviously once I get the phone.
And is there CPS records?
I don't believe as of right now there are.
I don't believe so in this case.
Okay.
Just in case we'll look into that.
Any school records that are needed?
Uh,
Any therapy records?
That I'm not aware of any therapy that she's ever went to.
All right, I need a discovery date. End of January. All right, we'll come back on January 26th for discovery. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
Thanks
All right, just have a seat. You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Anyone else ready?
Page 9, 6 one down.
Logan McBride.
Present, Judge.
Morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Take your hand out of your pocket.
Oh, hands out of pockets, deputies. All right. So on this case, where are we on discovery?
I just got hired 6 days ago. There was no e-discovery at all. I had a front prosecutor, storage drive. He's hoping to maybe have it ready maybe tomorrow, because I'm leaving town for the rest of the year on Thursday.
Okay.
And if I don't get it tomorrow, then I won't get it till after January.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for discovery and for the state to tender an offer at the end of January. All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Safe travels.
Louisiana.
yay, which part?
Now we're gonna start in Lake Charles to do the Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse on my son's birthday
Hey,
in Lake Charles. But then we're going to Florida. In-laws are there.
enjoy, but be safe.
Have a great year, Doug.
All right, you too. Who's next?
Page 5, fifth one down.
Basilio Correa.
They just told me that.
Hello. Hey, you're gonna lose your wallet like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That would be a shame to have that happen this close. All right, on this case, today is your plea deadline date.
Judge, we are unable to resolve this by plea bargain and are requesting a trial date.
Right, how long do you expect this trial? A week?
With this type of charges.
A week or 4 days?
4 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, are your jury trial date?
March 20.
All right, your jury trial date is gonna be March 24th. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you'll be open to the court. Do you understand? Great, thank you. Just have a seat. Your attorney will bring the resets form, and I need an acknowledgement of discovery completed.
Do we know that's not, I'll.
Okay, all right, thank you. Anyone else ready?
That's it at the center.
All right, thank you. Alfonso Cabanas.
Yes, Judge.
There's one fine lawyer right here.
Yes.
He convinced his innocent, guilty guy to take the deal.
Judge, you'll be
Okay.
in 5 minutes.
Ah, okay.
Singing your praises to himself.
I got him.
Yeah, it's a little game. We'll play a little game. I have one off docket motion that's agreed to by the state. And then on 10 O'Hara, they have a daycare. We're gonna have Miss Anna.
I'm in your space.
No, no, he's taking, this case is actually getting TNC, he's taking it from TC. But it's not till January, because that's when they cover it.
We couldn't hear the results of one of the cases, some chatterbox explained. We're gonna see if we can find a leak or what that happened.
Are you the victim in the case?
My wife.
Okay, we'll have the map sheet come down and speak to you. Thank you.
No, I mean, there's.
You want to give me the dates I can.
No, no.
Hi. Hey, so they'll be bringing your clients out. Yeah, you have Keonsae Smith and Millie Reyes.
Judge, can I approach?
Yes. Just one second. I'm sorry. I have to answer this.
Where's Judge? They're asking for a favor.
Okay. Yes.
Clinton Dixon is set for sentencing on the 18th.
Let me see. What's the cost number?
It's 2024 CR 009596. And really, the principal case is 2024 CR 01247.
Just a second. Let me go back and put that cost number in.
Sure.
Was that one he got sentenced on? Okay.
Okay, so anyhow, he's entered a
Oh,
plea.
what's the new, the other cause number?
Oh, it's 2024 CR 012476. 01247.
All right, yes.
We're set for sentencing on the 18th. You had given me money to work with Dr. Murphy to make a report, which she has done,
Mhm.
but I need her for testimony at sentencing. If she's unavailable on the 18th.
She can't do it by Zoom?
The secretary is telling me that she's out of town and it's not available. So I'm asking if you would like me to file for a continuance.
Who is this? Is this family violence?
It's a no, Judge, it's really an ag robbery case involving brass knuckles.
Well, you want to talk to the criminal trial division, see if they have any objections?
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Judge, prosecutors have no objection.
Okay, just give me 1 second, because I switched to another system to put this in. And so just give me 2 seconds.
Yes, ma'am. You know, you must have gotten a new lens for your camera here. Did you do that?
No, it's still the same thing.
Cause I'm looking a lot slimmer on.
You're always looking great.
I'd be looking great if I could knock off 30 years.
Hey, but you don't want to do that because then you remove the experience as well.
Well, that's true.
So, State, hi, could you come forward on this briefly? This one, his case, do y'all have witnesses?
No, it'll just be argument.
Okay, so you just have witnesses. And how many witnesses?
Just the one.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
can you recall this for the new year? It's 2024 CR 012476. The defense's witness is unavailable. So can you call it for the week of January 12th? Do we have any room in there? 12th,
Either judge.
the 12th.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, thank you for your
You're welcome.
courtesy on that. Appreciate that.
Just give me one moment.
For me too, yeah. Yeah.
Who else?
Page six from down. Antonio Corrales.
Yeah, he was part of the show. Yeah.
Antonio Corrales?
Apparently he just stepped out to the restroom after I signed him.
Okay, no problem. People love staying with us. But who's the prosecutor? Who's the prosecutor on this case?
It's CTD, Your Honor.
CTD? Antonio Valentin Corrales?
He's still waiting. He hasn't had his evaluation, Judge. I texted Monica, coordinator down there this morning, and she said since she's here, we can go down there and get a date because just waiting for one hasn't been working.
Oh. Well, if you could go down there with him, get your date, and then if you'll come back here and let me know what the date is.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll take care of it.
Cool.
All right, thank
Thanks,
you.
Judge.
Anyone else ready?
I'm waiting for a thumbs up from seven.
Yeah, we just.
Possibly she's not here for me.
Yeah, trouble.
No, that's cool though, right?
I've conferred. I've conferred with the state. Okay, good.
Yes.
Page 12,
Yes.
third one down.
And who is it?
Or, Adriana Tequana, Hannah Doris.
Inahara.
All right, Adriana Tanahara.
She's in custody, Your Honor, and they have not brought her over yet.
Okay. All right, then she needs to appear by Zoom or either be brought over. Which one is it going to be? Well, I see she's still at the jail. Can she appear by Zoom? Oh, there's paperwork.
Just the search. It's an MTR.
Ah, then she'll have to come over.
Okay, I have to be in municipal court for a trial setting, and I understand, that's why I came here first. But I told them I was gonna come here first, and they expect me over. And then I have city council this afternoon.
All right, so she can do it by Zoom. They can send her the paperwork to sign.
Okay.
All right, they'll do that, but they'll need, I think your email to do for her to sign the document.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Yes.
On page 14, fourth one down. Yes. Orlando Medellin.
Orlando Medellin. Okay. Yes.
So, this is his father. If you could stay back there. Yeah, it's let's recall it. Sorry. That is right now. So Judge, we're here because probation asked that this matter be set for compliance. Mr. Meridian has satisfied ISF completely, satisfied all conditions without incident. And I believe it's just the status to see if the GPS was gonna be ordered after all. I think it was the order of the court that upon ISF to reevaluate to see if the GPS condition needed to in fact go through. But speaking with probation, they're recommending that that condition be satisfied. Mr. Median has checked in with the probation office upon him completing ISF successfully. He has his next meeting January 7th, and he has had no contact with the complaining witness.
So is he still on GPS now? Or?
He does not have the device on, Judge. Immediately upon him getting released to probation, I guess probation evaluated to see if there was a need for it. And in their opinion, I believe they brought this matter before the court because they're suggesting that they're wishing that it not be ordered, that condition be satisfied. So that's what we're requesting in conjunction with the probation's recommendation.
State is opposed to such condition being satisfied after speaking with the victim in the case to get her thoughts on the matter. She's so very much afraid of the defendant. It was a very traumatizing experience for her, and she would feel more comfort knowing that he's being monitored and his whereabouts can be known at all times.
All right, probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Medine, this is what the court will do. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do what I'm going to do and explain it to you, all right? So a lot of times when people have different issues going on in their life and they end up in a facility on lockdown, then when they get out, they're given all of this freedom. And sometimes complainants are a little bit afraid of that. I know that you're doing well. Your attorney has told me you're doing well. Holiday season is very tricky for people who are not even on probation, because you deal with family issues, the stressors of family, the stresses of holidays, people trying to make the holidays perfect when that's, gift giving is not supposed to be what the holidays is about, but people get caught up in that. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do GPS. I want the fees waived. we're gonna do tracking only. So he'll be able to go wherever he needs to go. There's no curfew related to it, but it's just to see how you're doing. And if you do well on that tracking, come back in February and the court will consider removing of it.
Okay.
All right, so I hope you understand why I'm doing what,
Yes, ma'am.
it's sort of like sometimes when you send children off to college and they've never been away from home and they get their freedom and they just go crazy sometimes.
I got
I
you.
do think that that does make sense. I did speak with him about the tracking, the partial and the full and
Mhm.
what those things entail. And that if it was just not ordered, it may be tracking. I did explain to him that, and it's a step up approach. He does well into his compliance with that. The court will be willing, hopefully, to work with him in February or January. So yes, Your Honor, I'll get him up to speed on that, and then I'll notify the court upon him showing compliance and to seek modification.
And with the tracking only, does he need to go to the jail to have that fitted since I'm waiving fees or no?
To have the device fitted?
Yes, because I'm waiving fees.
I believe so, Judge, but I'll look into it because
All right,
he's still,
so-
in essence, I mean, his movement can be monitored if need be, but nobody's gonna monitor it if there's no track.
Yeah.
So because
So-
there's no schedule.
So when I say go to the jail, you're not going to the jail to stay there. You're just going there so they can fit you with a monitor. So there's not a warrant or anything for you.
Yes, sir.
So as I'm saying, it's gonna be GPS, waive fees, tracking only. And you're gonna need to have that state. Do you have any objection, Rick? Do you have any objection for him obtaining that no later than Friday?
This Friday?
Yes.
No objection.
All right, so you'll need to have that obtained no later than Friday. By 3 p.m. Is that doable for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And of course, if you're able to get it today, then get it today.
He would just follow the instructions of probation, who's going to help coordinate the device for him. Is that correct?
Yes. All right. Do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right. So other than this, how's everything going?
It's going good. I completed my ISF and I'm feeling a lot better.
Awesome. So here's the thing, make sure that you stay med compliant and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
And if there's an issue with your med, because sometimes people have side effects,
Yes.
just let your doctor know
Yes, ma'am.
and talk to your attorney about it, okay?
Okay.
Don't just fall off the radar.
No, ma'am.
And in this court, communication is key. So if there's an issue, let probation know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can come back to the court.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I didn't give him a date to come back. I don't think we need an update. He's going to be on tracking. Thank you. No, you don't need to give him a reset. They're gonna pick a date to come back to for request removal of GPS.
Oh, yeah.
All right, anyone else? Ethan Gonzalez.
All right, so right at the black line, make sure you speak up.
All right, today is plea deadline date.
It is, Judge, but we're having discovery issues associated with the case.
What are the discovery issues?
Your Honor, as I was getting up to speed on the facts of the case, I came across several things that were missing. 3 phone extractions, the Leica scan, there's some GSR analysis that's outstanding. I've been in communication with the detective. I've asked him to get us those things. I provided him Mr. Featherston's email so he can include him on the cell phone extraction website thing that we use now. So I am getting all of that to him. I've conveyed him an offer, but those are things that are still in the works.
This is what I'm having a hard time understanding. He has been in this court for 6 months. I know there are some competency issues that you were raising, but it's like discovery for 6 months. And then the last time we were here in October, everybody said all the discovery was received, and now we're talking about phone dumps and all this other extra stuff. I don't understand. And I don't understand why cases are being indicted and discovery is not there for the defense. And I'm just trying to understand, where is the miscommunication coming from discovery? Like with cell phone dumps, did the cell phone dump just happen, November, or has it always been out there? Did the Leica scan, did that just happen in November, or has it always been out there? I'm trying to understand.
Judge, have no good answer for the
All right.
court on that. I think we're kind of, both the district attorney's office and myself, we're kind of at the mercy of law enforcement and their collection policies and such. I know they have a Senate Bill 111 certification that they're supposed to file with the case. But you know what? Those things aren't worth the paper they're written on.
Do I need to start having discovery hearings where I have the detective come in who did the prosecution guide and we just sit here and go through the prosecution guide and ask for things? I just don't understand where the breakdown in communication is
Well, the debacle.
so that it can be solved.
I would hope that the court would not have to waste its precious time on something
We've
like
done
that.
it before.
We certainly don't want a debacle like has happened in the 379th with those 3 police officers. And I don't know, there must have been 10 discovery hearings on that case. And the
Oh, I've
hoopla
been a
that,
trial in this case where we've had 30 discovery hearings,
Oh my
and I
gosh.
just had to bring in the detective and we went through the prosecution guide asking for things.
Judge, the prosecutors here are being diligent about.
Oh, no, I'm not blaming the prosecutors. I'm just trying to figure out where the communication issue is. I don't understand how their prosecution guides and evidence is not brought over, how at the last minute, it's like, we got a cell phone distraction.
Well, perhaps maybe I know you all meet routinely as all the district judges. Perhaps you need to send a letter to SAPD and to Bear County Sheriff's Office about the Senate Bill 111 criteria before they submit it.
And then perhaps when defense attorneys file motions, the court will consider all motions that are filed with request. This is going to be the last setting for discovery. If something pops up that's new discovery, that's really not new, the court will entertain any motions that the defense files.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Chain it.
Judge, I appreciate the fact that you're considering Heath in making your decisions. I appreciate that.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. This is coming back. This is the last discovery date. There will be no further discovery dates. Ms. Ferguson, if you can set this for the end of January as final discovery. All right, January 26th. We'll see you back then.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, who's next?
Page 11, third one down. Israel Cortez.
Israel Cortez. Good morning.
Sure.
All right, so on this case, where are we as far as reaching an agreement, or has an agreement been reached?
That's correct, Judge.
How long do y'all expect the trial to last?
I would say at least 4 days for the state's case in chief.
All right, if you'll confer with Ms. Ferguson on a jury trial date, and if I could get an acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes.
From
Yes,
each
ma'am.
side. All right, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plead open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney will have to do a clothing exchange with you. That needs to be done within 72 hours, exactly 72 hours, unless they changed it again. Otherwise, you'll be brought over dressed in whatever civilian clothing you have. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so your attorney in the state is going to confer on a jury trial date, and that will be your date for jury trial.
Okay, thank you, miss.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So. If I had to. And then if the third one is really fine, yes. And the job of the both the new and the probation. The time is for the adult, but I'm going to work on this. I'm not concerned about the leadership. That's okay. That's number one. We're ready for the thing.
All right, May 12th.
That's wrong.
All right. And counsel, if you have any motions that you need to be heard, just ask for Ms. Ferguson to put it on the docket.
Yes, Your Honor, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And is Kianso Smith? Is Kianso Smith here? The first two people on the docket. And Millie Reyes?
Yeah, both.
All right, thank you.
This one is the one that is in the call. Call the city. Ask you to come up and stick it up, but they're going to be getting out of one here. So, it's fine. So, I'm talking about Graham.
Hello,
Judge, how you doing?
morning, how's it going?
All good. No. I really need times. Oh, nice. So that's where their arguments are.
All right, who do you have?
I have Chad, fourth one down. Very Romita.
Jerry Ramirez?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Bye-bye. You have a phone, Judge? Well. Morning, guy.
Good
Make sure
morning.
you speak up, okay, sir?
All right, where are we on discovery?
Judge, we have received a discovery on this case, Your Honor.
All right, state, I need a discovery acknowledgement.
Yes, right.
Has an offer been tendered?
Yes, there has, Your Honor.
All right, this is gonna be recalled for plea deadline and plea deadline date with the jury trial date. Ms. Ferguson, if you can set this for the week of January 5th, please. And does he also have a motion to revoke?
No, ma'am.
I mean, isn't he on deferred adjudication?
I am not aware of a motion.
All right, let me see. That's what the docket says.
I know at one time you had a case out of the 399. I was not handling that matter, Judge, but that was.
Let me,
We are on the record.
no.
Yes, you do.
Oh, what is your last name?
Ramirez.
All right, so I put this under the wrong cause number. Just 1 second.
Judge, also, we would have asked if we could have at least a 30-day reset on this case, Judge.
No, I mean, because it's a simple case, I think. It's a violation of bond protective order. All right, so once you sign the reset form, sir, you'll be excused. And once you sign the acknowledgement of discovery, you'll be excused.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, anyone else?
Fourth one down.
Ruben Villarreal. Good morning.
Here on Mr. Villarreal,
Yes.
he is still in custody in Benton County on a motion to revoke,
Mhm.
has not had his hearing yet.
All right, Norma, did you reach out to Denton County to see if he could be present by Zoom? All right, so is he at the very, he hasn't, so is he actually physically still in Denton County?
Yes, as far as I know, he is, because I've called the Bear County Jail and they don't have him in the system.
Norma, I want this set up on Zoom and we can set it up. See if they're able to do it on Thursday. All right, we'll recall it back on Thursday.
All right, thank you, Judge.
I keep putting in the system by Zoom. Yes.
Just scheduling question. We have 8 witnesses to present, and I know we're starting at 1:30.
Mhm.
My last witness is gonna be Dr. Jumas, who's gonna have to drive a ways to get here. And so like when I presented it, like it could be this evening or,
Well, ask them whether or not they're in agreement to him appearing by Zoom.
no, not by Zoom.
Mhm.
I wanted to testify live. It was just whether I can call him for the morning because we have 7 or 8 witnesses
Oh,
today.
no, have him here. We're gonna finish with your case.
So we're gonna go late today then? If
Mhm.
We have to finish, because I don't think we'll get to him by 5. It's a
Okay.
possibility, but so you want to go late on testimony? And you'd
Yeah,
rather
I
do
think
him
we'll-
late this evening than early tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we'll be able to get to him.
Okay. But we'll finish, so like he won't be sent home. We'll get through him
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Okay.
No need to do anything else. She said she.
All right, who's next?
All right, guys, come on.
Okay.
We're here. Okay. I'm back with the judge.
Hello. And who's your client, sir?
Leo Corrales.
Thank you. All right, have Mr. Corrales come forward.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what date were you given?
Monday, the 29th of December.
All right. And that's just for,
The evaluation. Appointment with Dr. Jimenez. And the court, the magistrate court estimates it's probably about close to 60 days before we're back down there for the disposition one way or the other of the competency question.
Ms. Ferguson, I need a February date. All right, we're gonna set that for discovery. So while he's being evaluated, you all still need to work on discovery. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
If I don't come back before then, have a Merry Christmas.
Oh, you too. Have a Merry Christmas.
I assume you're going back to Louisiana?
Yes, I am.
Safe travels then.
Oh, thank you.
Have a seat, bring the phone back.
Anyone else ready? Waiting on an interpreter, good?
Director Arch Nemesis, correct.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, actually, this is very surface. And as soon as we get connected, it's new. These misdemeanors and I'm like. No worries. Okay. Don't misdemeanors, those. Thank you. I don't know. And that's 7.
All right, thank you.
Next to 10 things. Oh, I'm okay with it. I didn't know this person. Emailing about.
Thank you. All right, let me know when the parties are ready on Addis Rivas.
Ready?
All right,
Interpreters here, we're ready.
all right. And is there any victim impact on this case?
He has entered into an agreement where he needs to reset as part of the agreement after a pending trial.
Is a co-defendant.
Okay. So you're asking for sentencing after?
Yes.
believe the co-defendant was sentenced on, or his trial date is set in March, I believe.
All right, let me look it up.
Double check this.
It's February 3rd. No, it says February 3rd. No, in the system, it says February 3rd.
So. This is just the data.
All right. All right, and how long do you expect the trial to last of other case?
Judge, I would say at least 1 year.
All right, so Norma, is this able to be recalled back for the week of February 16th? What date? All right, we'll bring it back on February 16th. And if you'll let your client know,
Okay. Oh, very good. Thank you, Judge.
thank you. Adriana Tanahara.
Jeffrey?
All right, the court is calling 2017 CR 13698 State versus Adriana Tanahara. Could I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Elizabeth Russell for Miss Tanahara.
And are you Ms. Tanahara? Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and state's motion to supplement pending motion to revoke probation with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Adriana Tanahara who's placed on community supervision in 2017 CR 13698 for the offense of forgery of a commercial instrument or check on August 3rd, 2018 for a term of 4 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Violation of condition number 38. On or about the 25th day of August 2020 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Adriana Tanahara did then and there fail to participate in the felony drug court program in violation of condition number 38.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Not true.
State.
We waive and abandon the remainders.
Any objections to the waivers?
No objection, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 38, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 38?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 38 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Judge Estate is asking for revocation and a sentence of 1 year in the state jail facility.
And Judge, that is our agreement, if I may speak on behalf of my
Yes.
client. Ms. Tanahara was originally placed in the drug court program. She was having financial difficulties with participation. When she was removed from the drug court program, she started to have medical issues, congestive heart failure. I have some documentation of that congestive heart failure, if you'd like to review that. As her medical condition got worse, she became more and more concerned about turning herself in because she wasn't going to get her medical treatment. She understands that this was not the appropriate way to handle this, and that because of that, she only can be either terminated, unsatisfied, or revoked. But she is here wanting to take responsibility, and I do think she wanted to address the court really quickly, if she
Okay,
may.
do you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Adriana Tanahara.
All right, your attorney mentioned something about financing.
Yes, ma'am.
How was that related to drug court?
I was just unemployed. I wasn't applying myself as I should have been, and since then,
No. Because it seems as though maybe a conversation that you've had, you're saying that you had issues with finances in felony drug court. And normally felony drug court does not require you to pay the $1,000 fee until you're closer to graduation. So I'm wondering, just so I'll know, what finances are you saying you had difficulty with in felony drug court? Because they help you
No, I
with
didn't have
employment.
and not in the drug court. I had it in the program, I guess, that they offered me the last.
What program?
My probation officer had called me and told me that there was a program I could pay off my fees in a certain amount of months. And
What program?
I don't know what it was called.
So two things, Judge. How I was addressing the drug court was that she was not able to provide for herself, not provide for the drug court because of financial issues. So that's issue number one. And then issue number two is that according to my client, the felony probation officer told her that if she was able to just pay off her fees, they would terminate her from probation. I know that that's not necessarily the way that it works, but that's how it was discussed with her. And it's not the first time I've heard that being discussed with the client. So I think just for court's clarity, I think that's what she's speaking about.
Okay.
And let me give you the documentation on the medical.
And then my other question is, it said that you owed $743.99 to HEB. Has that been paid?
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
no, ma'am, not yet.
All right,
It was
you've
this week,
had
in
since
fact.
2018 to pay that. Why hasn't that been paid?
I wasn't always employed, but it was not my fault.
But I mean, it's since 2018 and you haven't paid a penny to that?
Take
That's a problem.
responsibility. Yes, ma'am.
And then this is not your first motion to revoke. That's a problem.
Understand.
So what have you done? Have you done anything other than this is your second motion to revoke?
I've just got employed. I mean, I've just, been
I mean, if you haven't done anything, I mean, just tell me.
No, ma'am, I haven't done anything towards the courts. You're right.
Because you were placed on probation before I was presiding judge in this court. And then you had a motion to revoke, and it was violations of 5 and 5. And according to this, you have children. That's why I told you to do parenting classes.
Okay.
And it appears you haven't done anything since 2018.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't even know. Somebody explained to me why I should give you a year instead of 2 years because you haven't done anything.
I guess the basis of our request is the congenital heart failure and the medical treatment that you would receive in the state jail facility. She hasn't done anything towards the court, but she did at one point receive gainful employment, and that was a huge struggle and a huge hurdle that had to be overcome by Ms. Tanahara. I think you can see based on her drug court participation as well as even the medical documentation, she is a methamphetamine addict and has struggled with addiction for quite some time. And so even just getting gainful employment was a feat in and of itself.
And who's taking care of your child?
I think it's her mom. Is that
That's my sister.
your sister? And they're here, Judge.
So does anybody want to tell me why I should just give her a year? She hasn't done anything. I mean, not even paid towards HEB since 2018.
And so our request would be based on the medical issues as well as the fact that she did seek gainful employment. We understand that this is not the way Ms. Tanahara should have handled this. She understands that.
State,
Judge, I did take into consideration the medical issues, which is why the state is asking for 2 years on this.
all right. Are you asking me to follow this revocation for 1 year?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court will do. The court is finding violation of condition number 38 true. The court will grant the motion, revoke, sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. There's to be restitution to HEB in the amount of $743.99. And that's under cause number 2017 CR 13698. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And the court will request the therapeutic community for you. Therapeutic community doesn't increase the amount of time that you will serve, but it is designed to help you with any addictions you may suffer from.
On my way out of my room.
During that the therapeutic community is in the state jail facility.
All right, did you review the document entitled Fraudulent Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. With your heart condition, if you continue to use, meth is not great for the heart to begin with, not even on a healthy heart. One or two things going to end up happening. Either you're going to be in and out of jail or in and out of prison for the rest of your life, or either you may get a bad batch, or it may hit your heart a certain way, and somebody's going to have to identify your body. If you're not going to be clean and healthy for yourself, then do it for your child if you love your child. And when you're released from the state jail facility, don't come to your sister's home acting like you've been the parent all the time and you're setting your own rules. You're going to need to flow with the way the household is set up. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, when you're released, if you cannot find a place to help you with your sobriety, any type of transitional home, if I'm still here, you come back here, I'll pick up the phone, call a place to help you, all right?
Appreciate that.
All right,
Thank you.
good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
One, second one, yeah.
Millie Reyes. Hello.
Hello, you're on there.
All right, what's happening with this case?
Brother, I contacted the MAC office for the via advisor. I put in the request online and I ran it to Justin tell us in the elevator. He said they're working on it. They haven't completed it yet, and that was probably about a week and a half ago I talked to him. So I was at what said maybe 2 weeks to follow up.
All right. So this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm not an immigration expert, but if you enter a plea with regards to these charges, you're getting deported.
Automatic.
They're deporting everybody.
Oh.
So, and especially with this charge, they're probably going to end up telling you you're going to be deported.
Okay.
So we'll recall it. Norma, give me a reset date in 2 or 3 weeks for this case.
Is January 9th?
All right, we'll recall you for January 8th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. No, he's just doing, you can put it as a plea deadline date. It's for her to have a Padilla letter. And when I say they're deporting everybody for everything, yeah. All right, who's next?
Same page, Judge, the first one, Kate,
Smith? Hello, how's it going?
All yourself.
Oh, I cannot complain. It's a beautiful day.
It is, it is.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, I did communicate with defense counsel. I did review the Cellbrite in the case to just make sure there was nothing that I couldn't allow, make a copy for defense. Did not find anything that would prevent me from making a copy. Defense has given me a thumb drive today. I'm going to make a copy, and once the copy's done, I'll let him know so he can pick it up.
All right, how old are you?
24.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for the end of January for a plea deadline date. Y'all need to confer off docket.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll come back on January 26th. At that time, you'll need to let me know whether or not you've reached an agreement. If you have not, your next court date will be a jury trial date. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome.
Oh, sure.
All right, anyone else?
Page 13, second down.
Vincent Munoz.
Ready, Judge.
Thank you.
Which I'm asking for a reset. He's got an MTR pending before your court. There's a newly indicted burglary of a hab. That's with CTD. I've conferred with CTD. We need to look at some videos. They showed me a video. I've conferred with my client, but I think there's other factors regarding whether this is actually a burglary or not. So we're asking for a reset so we can sort of see if we can take care of everything at one time, because the NPR is a state jail, burglary is the second.
Okay. All right, Norma. Set this for a plea deadline date and contested hearing, mid-January, please. All right.
Yeah, thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, probation, that's going to be contested on January 20th. All right, anyone else ready?
I guess on page 9, first one down, after button.
Yeah, here.
Yeah. Good morning. Yes.
I did a confer with the attorney,
Sure.
and I understand there's another case coming up for Navajo.
No, I don't know who it is.
But they call me from upstairs. I need to go to another one real quick, but whenever they're ready, they just call.
They have them right here.
Oh, they have 'em
Well,
here?
we're ready.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes. Who is your client?
Jonathan Navarro.
What page is Jonathan Navarro on? Oh, I see it.
And Ashley, we provided ADA Ashley a hard drive, thumb drive to transfer documents. It's a cell phone dump. There's documents.
I love the cell phone dumps.
Documents on there that, well, I know that the police report references cell phone communications. We needed to look at those documents
All right, so we were here November 13th.
regarding.
They'd had the data extraction from the phone. Is this something new?
No, it's the same thing, but we didn't get it.
The flash drive, Your Honor, and just so the court's aware, they did give me a flash drive. I received several flash drives within that week. This one got under paperwork in my desk, so I'm copying everything over right now. The phone dump may take till the end of the day.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Set this for another plea deadline date in 3 weeks.
Yes, Judge.
And it's Jonathan Navarro.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Alfonso.
Yes, sir.
Who's here on Randy Gonzalez? Good morning. And Joseph, your client, he doesn't need anything on the record, does he? All right, so I'll let you all take that up. Thank you. Hi. All right, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 010795 State versus Randy Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced?
Good morning, Judge. Alfonso Cabañas for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? I'm sorry, Mr. Gonzalez. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, to proceed on the lesser included offense of possession of a controlled substance, ED one less than 10.
Any objections? Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of possession of a controlled substance? Penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, he did.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is.
Mr. Gonzalez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
I understand.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244 and an $800 fine. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
It is, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
I do.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor, state offers states exhibit 1 in all.
No judgment states one in attachment.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, just that we ask that the court follow the plea agreement we have with the state.
All right, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's an $800 fine, time and money to run concurrent, and there's to be no residing in households with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You need to make sure that you get sober. Because if you don't, only 1 or 2 things going to end up happening. Either you're going to end up spending your rest of your life in prison, or either you're going to end up where somebody's identifying your body. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and he also has another case. Is that correct?
I believe so, Judge. I'll double check.
All right, it's family violence. Family violence.
Yes, Your Honor. Who is the defendant?
Is he Freddie Lozano?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, God, why did I do that? It's Gonzalez.
Randy Gonzalez.
Randy Gonzalez. Oh, he doesn't have anything else.
Okay.
All right, so with regards to your sentencing, when you're released from custody, if you can't find a place that can help you maintain your sobriety, you come back here, I'm here, I'll pick up the phone, call somebody to put you in their transitional home. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because it's not going to go well for you if you don't take control of this.
I
All
understand.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank
good luck
you.
to you, okay?
Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
one more thing, Judge.
Mhm.
On the court's condition that he does not reside in a home with a minor, his daughter lives with him, Judge, at his home.
Mhm.
Could the court make an exception just to let him?
Here's my concern. And I would be willing to change it, but he needs to show that he's going to be clean and sober, because I have a concern with
Mhm.
people who are in the throes of their addiction residing in households with minors, because anything can happen, right? And by anything, I mean, you don't want your child to discover you overdosed, right? And I've had cases as an attorney, I know your attorney has had cases as well, where children find their parents and they've overdosed. That's not good for their psyche. That's something that's always with them. So if you show the court that you've maintained your sobriety, your attorney comes back, I will remove that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? That's completely up to you. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, counsel. Yes.
Question on, a manual that was set today for, I believe it's like a probation, it was a supplemental report.
What page is he on?
It's the second to last page of both of these.
Oh, it's Emmanuel Galindo?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I did that for it, yes. Ed Shaughnessy is showing as the attorney, but he was the appellate attorney. I just don't know if what you had in mind as it relates to.
Because what is the, I mean, it's not an MTR, it's concerning.
So he had a trial, and he was sentenced to prison on most of the counts, except for one count, count 7. He was granted 10 years of probation.
Yes.
So he done his time.
Mhm.
It's showing that he's been paroled, but like, I don't know how, because he's here, he's been released from prison, but it's still showing that he's on parole, even though he was sentenced to 8 years on that.
Just 1 second. Alfonso Cabal. Is ready? Yes.
Keep coming back when she's bored.
Hi.
Yeah, I've had a vacation there for about 6 weeks. Started on the 18th. Somehow the system keeps still showing me one of your cases for the 18th.
Who is this? What's the
It's-
cost number?
It is Jose Calderon. It's 2025 CR 013253. And chief acknowledges that, yeah, the vacation letter had been filed. As of
All
about
right, so when will you be,
coming back, I have it until the 5th of January.
all right, and is he on the docket today?
No, he's not, Judge, but I was coming in because I didn't want to come in the 18th.
No, actually, it's, on the 18th.
Yeah,
All right, and I'm sorry, when did you say you were back?
the 5th of January.
Norma? I need a reset on 2025 CR 013253. And after January 15th, Defense Counsel has a vacation letter on file, but for some reason, we're not receiving those. All right, if you'll let him know. Is he in custody?
No.
Okay. And you said January when? All right. Oh, you too. And you know what? I will tell you, my family, our New Year's Eve tradition is everybody needs to stay in place because the goal is to make it to see the new year. Because so much crazy things happen. So happy tidings and good cheer.
And afterwards, we have to talk about some football.
Oh, yeah.
By that time, the dust will settle.
Oh, but my heart is still breaking, but okay, it'll be ready.
He's proven that coach should.
See, here's the thing. How many championships has he won as a head coach?
It's a very good thing.
How many bowl games has he won as a head coach?
And how many places has he left?
And then why are we paying somebody over $90 million? I don't know.
I agree with.
So we'll see. But I go by what Mr. Cox says. He always says, I can't sleep because the season is going to be great. So I'll stay awake.
Well, I went up to him and I said, you know, you guys spoiled Texas.
Yeah.
Because
Texas lost to Florida. They should have won. It was a crazy game and they don't lose that game.
Yeah. I hear you.
So anyway, Judge, I'll see you.
All right, have a good one.
Same.
Everybody keeps telling me to root for Texas Tech. I'll do my thing. So on this case, this motion has this case been resolved?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It ended up being a plea. Your Honor had originally authorized up to 3,000.
Mhm.
And the final invoice came in at 1160. She did do some things. We were gearing up for trial and because we geared up for trial, we did not have to go.
Oh, let me just tell you, I don't.
I know that's Your Honor's preference
Yeah,
too.
it's, no, no, no. I mean, it's what experts and what people charge. I don't interfere in that.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Judge.
Just make sure you get your copy, otherwise it'll be
It
sealed.
disappears forever. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Javier Figueroa. And what page is he on? Good morning. All right, thank you.
Page 9, Judge. Third one down.
Hello, and you're back.
Hello, Judge.
Feliz Navidad. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 013450 State versus Javier Figueroa. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Criminal Trial Division? Oh, come forward.
I can stand here.
Thank you.
Michael Villalobos.
For the defense?
Alma Benavides for Mr. Figueroa.
And are you Mr. Figueroa?
Yes.
Yes.
And we have an interpreter here. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, and if you'll state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
All right, Mr. Figueroa, all of the documents I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
And counsel, do you speak Spanish?
I do, Your Honor.
And do you speak it fluently?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were you able to explain these documents to your client in Spanish?
Yes. Thank you, Judge.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Figueroa, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
No, yeah, see.
Yes.
All right. How do you say yeah in Spanish?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh, yeah. All right. Now I know. If I'm at a loss for words, I'm just like, uh-huh. But then people may be saying, hey, will you give us $1 million? Uh-huh. All right. And state, it appears that you are proceeding on the indictment as presented, correct?
That's correct.
All right, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
You're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Figueroa, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
No.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No.
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
See.
Yes.
If you're not a US citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization and reentry. Do you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 114 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, and there's an $800 fine. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that true? State?
Yes, sir.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. At the time, state offers states exhibit number 1, that's attached.
No objections, Your
All
Honor.
right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we're asking the court to follow the plea bargain agreement, and for the record, my client is a US citizen.
All right. The court will sentence you to 114 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. There's an $800 fine. Time and money is to run concurrent. There's to be no residing in any households with minors. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. I'm sorry, just 1 second. My computer is doing something crazy.
Deja vu.
Yeah. It's like, oh. Like something from him just popped up in my system. I don't know why it's doing that. All right. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Sir, here's the thing. If you don't stop using drugs, only 1 or 2 things going to end up happening. Either you're going to end up in the prison or at somebody's jail for the rest of your life, or either at some point in time, you're going to get a hold of some bad drugs, or your body's going to react differently, and somebody's going to have to identify your body, because the last time you use may be the last time you use. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. So when you're released from the Bexar County Jail, if you can't find a sober support network or transitional housing, if I'm still here, you come back here, I'll pick up the phone, call somebody to help you. But it's completely up to you whether you want the help or not. You understand?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Donata. And here's the other thing. So legally, regardless of whether people speak Spanish, French, which is my language, or any other language. I love languages. I think they're beautiful. And my undergrad, grad school, and law school, there were so many people who were from the continent of Africa. They spoke no less than 6 languages. I was so jealous. I really wasn't supposed to be in San Antonio. I'm supposed to be retired, living in Paris, but here I am, 22, and still doing this. So Hey, there should not be any left. It should be, oh my gosh, she's only 22.
I'm amazed.
Yes. So what I can tell you is legally, everyone who comes before the court, whether they speak English or not, whether they need an interpreter or not, legally, I must give them instructions on if they're not a US citizen. You understand? So it's nothing that the fact that you're speaking Spanish, because I know people who only speak Navajo.
No.
All right? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Sure.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Maybe be excused.
Yes, and are you still eating the oatmeal?
Yes, and, raw pumpkin seeds,
Raw what?
pumpkin seeds.
See, I'm not gonna try that. I'm not a pumpkin seed.
You will. It's
What is
just,
that?
it's, Oprah's rule. After you've tried something 20 times, your
Okay.
taste buds don't care.
Well, you know, my problem is, because Peter Piper, wasn't he a pumpkin eater? Had a wife and couldn't keep her. Cindy, I remember all of these from my childcraft books.
Not the ones that are salted
It's raw.
raw.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing that.
Makes a big difference.
Okay,
It
thank
does.
you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Anyone else ready?
On page, same page 9, top one, Blackburn. I accidentally skipped some.
9, top 1. Blackburn, Anthony Blackburn.
Briefly,
Sure.
I came earlier for Ashley Sullivan and the files weren't down here. The state finally brought them down. It's a first setting and I got an offer. So I brought her, asked to bring her out. They forgot to bring her over. I think she's somewhere in
Okay,
transit.
just sign in and then I'll take you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Anthony Blackburn.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good. I think I got lost in the shuffle. I put my name on and they crossed me off.
See, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is, you know, people are gonna find out who's naughty or nice. This is like, these are all tests. All right, so on this case, last time we were here for discovery, the arrest videos, other officers' videos, where are we on that?
I've received all discovery from the state last week and we got our first offer today. And we're just needing some time to think about it. We're still conferring with Rick. If you could give us another setting to kind of figure things out, but I think we're gonna have it resolved.
Okay, how old are
pretty
you, sir?
I'm 56, man.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you'll set this for a plea deadline date towards the end of January,
That'd be great, Judge.
and if y'all can do an acknowledgement of discovery before you leave.
You got it. Thank you, Judge.
All right, January 27th, on that day, you'll need to let the court know whether you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, your next setting will be a jury trial date. All right, thank you. Just have a seat and they'll bring that to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, who's next?
On page 2, third one down.
Fatima Malara.
What person, Judge?
Thank you.
Hello, yeah.
Hi.
They don't let me go.
No, each time you leave, they pull you back in. All right, so where we left off, the expert was trying to determine whether or not this is SBI.
That's correct, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor, I did have, we are proceeding on the indictment as charged currently, Your Honor, and I did want to make the court aware that we will still be receiving medical records as we get those in. I will turn it over to defense.
All right, so now you're on notice that they're going to be proceeding with SBI. And we will do one final setting for discovery, and that will be the final discovery setting.
Yes, Your
And can you tell me, allegedly, is this involving an adult or not?
No.
All right, and the reason why I asked, because then it may take a little bit of time for medical.
Yes, sir. And I talked to the state about it and they've been very forward and letting me know that as they're receiving medical documents, they're providing to me. And I've been working with Ashley on those issues, so there's not, we're okay with that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for mid-February for final discovery.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you back on February 19th.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Anyone else ready?
Yes, there's three. First one down.
Jonathan Carter.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm here for Caitlin Knowles, who's in another county this morning. Mr. Carter's on Zoom.
All right, well, today is plea deadline date.
Yes, Judge, we just received a revised offer from the prosecutor. And if we can get this case reset for a plea.
Right. Norma, recall this for Thursday for a plea. And is he in another county or another state? I think he is.
His mom is having multiple surgeries and he's helping her in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that Thursday for a plea would. We reset to the new year to get her through her surgeries.
No, I'm sorry. Ms. Ferguson, set this for a plea deadline date for Thursday. And I'll explain to you why after I give you your date. So it'll be December 18th. And you may appear by Zoom, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Ferguson will need your his email address and your email address, and you all need to be prepared to Zoom in so you can go over paperwork with him.
Great, great. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
That's it. Okay.
But you'll be here?
Oh, I'll
On
be
the
here on
18th?
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Yes, who's next?
I have page 11. First and second one, Ashley Sullivan.
Ashley Sullivan.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I had come earlier, the state had the files upstairs and I didn't request to bring her out until I had the files. I got an offer, I requested her out and I think they failed to bring her over. I was wondering if I could reset this for tomorrow, Thursday or Friday,
All right. Is this for?
hopefully for a plea.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this, let's call it for disposition on Wednesday then at 1:30. Oh, 1:30 not
My
good?
Christmas party.
Oh, what time is your?
1 o'clock, Judge.
We can do it on Wednesday at 9, but you need to be here exactly at 9.
I got every other court saying the same thing, but I will be here at 9 for this one, Judge.
All right, Norma, recall this for tomorrow for disposition.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
1 o'clock at Paisanos.
Ah, is it on the river?
No, the one in,
Right. Have a good Christmas
Oh, thank you. You too. Oh, I get it. Yeah, have a good one.
and New Year's as well. I'll see
Oh,
you.
yes.
I'll see
Hey, I always tell people I don't go out on New Year's. It's staying in.
Oh, yeah. I'm not driving nowhere.
Oh my gosh, I am always so terrified when I'm out at a certain time because people are out on the roads doing crazy things, especially on New Year's.
Yeah. And what we'll do sometimes if we're gonna do anything is get a hotel
Mhm.
downtown and do some festivities and then
Oh,
just
that'd be awesome.
walk back to the hotel.
Well, hey, the Westin is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Westin.
All right. Good.
All right, have a good one. Tell Christine I said hi. Merry Christmas. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, who else is ready?
Page 10, second and third one, Jose Angel Garcia.
Jose Garcia? Jose Garcia?
Coming, Judge, thank you.
All right, on this
Thank you.
case, where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, we have provided everything to the defense apart from CPS records, which I'm checking right now to see if we can just get this over to them.
Okay, any other discoveries?
I know we're gonna file a motion for under 3707.
Mhm.
We'll get that done.
All right,
Case just got indicted a month or so ago, something like that. We just got hired. Less than that, right? It's pretty quick setting.
all right, Norma. Recall this for the end of January and state at that time you need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll have you back on January 27th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Once you
Happy
sign the
holidays.
happy holidays to you too. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Thank you.
Thank Judge, you have a great holiday.
You too. Okay, thank you. All right. Oh, it's, Norma, can you call, oh, Alma's still here. Yes,
That just stands paperwork.
thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I am. Yes, thank you, sir.
Megan, do you have any objections to this permission to travel? Thank you. Yes.
Very quick question. We got a plea coming up. The victim wants the victim impact him, but she can't make it in. Can she zoom in?
Yes.
Thank you.
And Rick, she can do that, or if you want, we can do sentencing today and have him brought back, however he wants to do it.
Okay. We'll let her know. Thank you.
Oh, Rick, could you do that to probation?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else ready? Yes. 38,000 pages.
That's right.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
May I approach you have a moment?
Sure.
This is an off-docket topic, everybody's favorite. I've conferred with the state. Mr. Allen is in custody in LA County and Los Angeles. The state is looking to dismiss he went into an airport with a gun about 2.5 years ago. He's joined the military. They're looking to dismiss it as long as I provide proof that he paid his TSA fine, but I can't get that to them right now. So the request would be to have a bond set. The state is not in opposition to that. They've kind of looked at it and they're trying to figure out if they can dismiss it.
Oh, I'm ready.
Monty Robinson?
Imani Robinson. And that's MTR PSI?
MTR.
Oh, I need the paperwork.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Off right. Sign. Just step back, yeah. Step on the back line. Just make sure you speak up, man.
All right, is this still gonna be a contestant?
No, Your Honor. He's going to enter a true plea. We have an agreement with the court set on his commission.
Okay, I need a trial court certificate.
Just have a seat.
Oh, she can remain here and you
Okay.
can just go grab it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, now we go.
All right, they're going to go get that. While she's getting that, we'll begin. Court is calling 2024 CR 008-663 State versus Imani Robinson. Can I have parties announced?
Galloway for the state.
David Andre Woodard from Ms. Robinson.
And are you Miss Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
If you review the documents entitled motion to revoke community supervision and first
We're on the
amendment
record.
motion to revoke thank you. To revoke community supervision with your attorney, did you understand it? Okay. Are you the same Amani Renee Robinson who was placed on community supervision in 2024 CR 008-663 for the offense of theft of property less than $2,500 with 2 or more convictions on December 5th, 2024 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Violation of condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Amani Renee Robinson did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of May, June, July, August, September, and October 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
How you plead to that, true or not true?
True.
Judge, we even abandoned the remainder.
Any objections?
No objections, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $2,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Judge, this is the defendant's first MTR. We are asking that the court deny the state's motion and alter and amend her conditions to include the hostility management course and a no contact order with Taylin Mackey, and that is TALIAN MACKEY.
All right. So why hasn't she reported?
Judge, when I spoke with Amani regarding not reporting, I think what happened is the new offense had occurred. She knew that she would likely have a warrant, and I think she got fearful of reporting to probation. So instead of doing what she should have done first, we're here now in this motion to revoke with months of not reporting. As the state mentioned, this is her first MTR. She has been on GPS monitor since the court set a bond for her, and she's had no issues on the monitor. So we're respectfully asking the court to follow the state's recommendation and try to get Ms. Robinson back on track so she can successfully complete her probation.
How old are you?
29.
All right, I'm gonna give you your choice. These are your only choices. There are no other choices. 1, I can revoke you, and if there's no objection, I'll sentence you under 1244 to 300 days in the Bear County Jail. Or 2, I continue you, and as a condition of your probation, you're gonna do some jail time. And it'll be 30 days jail. Which do you prefer? You need to discuss that with her.
I would like to, Judge, before she makes a decision.
All right, thank you.
Let's go ahead and see.
And say, I'm sorry, I'm making an assumption you have no objections if they choose the 1244, right? All right. Anyone else ready?
Please go to my hand.
I'm sorry, who?
Thank you.
And Norma? On Antonio Damian Margarito, that needs to be reset. I think his attorney is out, correct? Page 3. His attorney is out on leave.
Yes, ma'am.
What date do you want to recall that? Yeah, that's fine. Damian Antonio, if you'll come forward, please. Damian Margarito Antonio.
Very question, just make sure you speak up right there by the microphone. Yes, sir.
Hello,
Thank you.
hi, your attorney is actually on leave, so we're gonna bring you back on January 15th. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Just have a seat. The coordinator will call you for your reset.
I appreciate
All right, thank you.
Working on two, please, Judge.
Thank you. And Norma, that client, he is PTD. Mhm. Joseph Rodriguez. Oh, you were not here on time. Are you all ready?
We just turn in the paperwork.
Oh, they're not completed with the paperwork yet, but once that's done, I'm just calling the people who were not.
So you don't
on
even
time.
know?
No, we don't need him on time.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
I'll start.
And deputies, when y'all get a chance, could you bring out Francel Brax, please? He's on, oh, Brax, hi. Mr. Brax, have you had contact with your attorney
No, ma'am.
at all?
No, ma'am.
All right.
Be ready on Ms. Robinson.
All right, she'll come forward. We're back on the record in 2024 CR 008-663. So council, what has your client decided?
Which decision are you going to do?
On the record, let's keep it down.
30 days and continue on 300 days.
I want to be my 300.
All right. Oh, do you have the,
I think you have turned it into your clerk.
all right, can I have a trial court certification, please? All right, court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. Court will sentence you under, well, the court will revoke. Sentence you to 300 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Don and Ben's, BEN''S. There's to be no contact with Talon, I believe it's Talon McKee.
I believe that was the name the state put on the record, Judge.
All right, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, let's review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney. Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, you're taking her to custody, right?
Yes.
Oh.
And I don't know, counsel, if she has anyone here that she has things she would like to give to them.
Yes, I thought I told you, we're gonna do that. We're not, please.
Yes.
It's just a protective order on Jose Garcia.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's here on William Hint? Yes. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 014600 State versus William Hink. Can I have the parties announced?
Galloway for State. Alma Benavides for Mr. Hank.
And are you Mr. Hink?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Hink, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? I'm sorry, did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hink, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with burglary of a building. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state will call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hink, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea, you will be deported and denied naturalization and reentry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 160 days under 1244. There's to be restitution of, is this $740?
Yes, sir.
$740.43 to Watershed Car Wash. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
State any evidence.
Stenographer states one in attachment.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to follow the plea bargain agreement that we've entered into with the state. And Mr. Hank has approximately 56 days jail credit.
All right. So why are you doing this?
Why am I doing what, ma'am?
Committing theft, breaking into locations that do not belong to you.
I don't know at the time. Ma'am.
I'm sorry, what? I can't hear you.
I don't know, ma'am. I was on drugs and
Okay. All right, the court is going to follow your agreement, sentence you to 160 days under in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's a 740 restitution of $740.43 to Watershed Car Wash. There's been no contact with Watershed Car Wash and no residing in households with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. When you're released from custody, you need to go straight to a sober household. You need to do sober support meetings. If you cannot find a transitional house for yourself or somebody to help you maintain your sobriety, if I'm still here, you come back here and I will help you get into a home. If you do not take care of this problem, only one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to end up at the jail, at the prison, either you're going to use for the last time, somebody's going to have to identify your body, or either you're going to break in somewhere and somebody's going to use self-help. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you,
Judge.
counsel.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. Who's next?
I'm working on 2 pleas to look.
Okay.
For this one, and I'll bring it up to you.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
You guys go windows, touch these on the loud.
Emmanuel Galindo,
Present, Judge.
hello, Mr. Galindo.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning. All right. So on this case, it's from 2016. So am I the judge who heard his jury trial or no?
No, Judge. It was Judge Hildig at the time was the one who presided on the case.
So have there been conditions given to him or no?
Judge, I'm looking at a court summary. I don't know if the court has it. I can.
No, I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
I do believe that conditions were set at one point. At least I saw the conditions specifically to the other counts, but I don't know about as it relates to this specific count.
All right, and the location where he wants to reside is with his daughter?
The issue where he will backtrack a little bit, Judge. So the issue, the address where he's residing or would reside is where his sister lives.
Mhm.
His sister,
Niece.
I'm sorry, his niece, his niece. That address has been approved by parole. His niece does have my client's daughter residing there as well. And so the issue is that the address has been approved by parole. My client has been compliant with the requirements that he wear a monitor at all times. The issue is that probation, because of the SONU conditions, is not allowing him to reside in that address. And so if he moves out of that address somewhere else that's not approved by parole, then he's maybe violating parole conditions. And that's.
All right, so we're in a little bit of a limbo. State, I'm assuming you're not approving.
Correct, yes. We don't agree to allow living with any minors.
All right, so what I can tell you is I'm not even allowed to even consider this until the parties who are in the household are approved as chaperones by the sex offender unit. So I think that's what needs to happen first, because if that hasn't happened, the answer from the court is going to be no, because it has to be someone who's approved. So I understand that parole is saying that you're paroled to that location, but you're gonna have to let parole know that you're on probation for this.
And there is an issue, Judge, like I brought it up with Mr. Cavani, it's like, he wasn't granted more than 8 years on any of his 21 counts.
Mhm.
And that was in 2017. So he shouldn't be even on parole, to be quite frank. Is 8 plus, my math is bad, but 8 plus 17 is 25. And so this year he should have been removed, but it's showing when I pulled this NCIC this morning that he's paroled until 27, which would have been 10 years, which without any other account.
And we discussed that, Judge, and I did see it on the judgment, and I was talking to Mr. Villarreal about it. But it did seem a little bit strange.
And I guess that's my concern is that if parole does correct it, we shouldn't be really taking guidance from parole.
All right, let's do this.
That's stack 5, that's why it's 10 years.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
My client was telling me that he has stacked 5-year sentences, Judge. That's why it's.
Oh, maybe he'll big stacked.
I looked at all the judgments and kind of they're a wreck, and I don't see any, I didn't see any, and I could be wrong, of any that were to run consecutive.
All right, let's do this, because there's a lot of confusion over this. One, I'm not the judge who heard this. That would be that guy right there.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't know if there have been any conditions set for you for probation. And according to the state, I don't even know if you should be on parole. And if you should not be on parole, then somebody needs to correct that.
So the judge ran the 8s and the 5 concurrent with the stacked 5. That's what happened. That's why I have a 10 maximum year of TDCJ. So I have 1 year left to serve on parole.
Well, what I can tell you this, if the judgment doesn't say that, then.
Precisely.
Yes.
Precisely.
So
Yeah, what he said. So we need to figure out what's going on here. But what I can tell you, if I rule on this right now, it's gonna be denied because there isn't even a chaperone that's approved. I don't know what's happening with your other cases, but what I can tell you is what's in the judgment is what counts. It's not, you know, just people thinking this is the way. Sometimes people make mistakes. I understand what you're saying, but I have to look at the judgment. Your attorney needs to look at the judgment, because if you should not be on parole, then it's probably best that you not be on parole. So we can recall this back for late January, or when would you like to recall it?
Well,
Or we can call it later.
Judge, my concern for my client is, where he'll reside until January. I understand that it's obviously become a financial issue for him. At the same time, he can't reside in that address because, of the minors who were there. But I don't know that. And then we have the issue with parole. And so my concern is, what can my client do to not disobey both parole conditions and these Bexar County probation conditions?
Well,
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at the compelling right now, and all it says is to run concurrent with several of the other counts.
then, if you all want, you can come back later this week if you think you'll figure something out.
Would probation be able to even prove this? I guess theoretically, if the court were to consider this, would probation be able to even make that assessment as it relates to it?
Does somebody want to call and see if they can do it quickly? I want to call probation and see if they can expedite it.
Sorry.
Chaperone. The problem is with the chaperone, they have classes. But if parole is asking for him to parole at that location, maybe parole has already done a chaperone.
Parole stated that I don't have any child restriction stipulations, ma'am.
Oh, so that answers that question. They didn't do a
Right.
chaperone. So, yeah. All right. I just have a seat. They're gonna
That's fine.
call
Thank you,
whoever they
Judge.
need to call. Thank you. See, the day starts off great, then it just,
Nothing's easy in this world.
nothing is. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 010531, State versus Joseph Liam Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record?
John Finch or Mr. Rodriguez.
And probation, this is an application.
Would you speak up?
And are you Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it from your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry, did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because if he gave you this discovery, you're like, man, why did you give that to me? And Mr. Rodriguez, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
I did, yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
The probation fee?
No, the true bill of indictment.
What your charge is.
Oh, yes.
All right, did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
I did, yes, ma'am.
You're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 2, 1 to 4 grams. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Do you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He certainly has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes and yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes to both of those.
Mr. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
If you're not a US citizen, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine to be probated. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution for drug testing to the Bexar County Crime Lab. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
And did you understand it?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motion?
There have not.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution, the DOEP course, and random UAs. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Did you say we signed it as guilty?
Yeah, guilty.
All right, state, any evidence?
State offers the evidence states one and its attachment.
We reviewed them and have no objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses? The state will call in the right to remain silent.
Yes.
All right, you're slow on the reaction time. What's going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. I worked 18 hours yesterday. I didn't get home till 3 a.m.
Okay.
I'm a little exhausted.
All right, so are you understanding what's going on, or do you need this reset for another day?
I'm going on probation, right?
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
Do you understand what we're doing today?
Mhm.
That you've asked for 3 years deferred adjudication? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. Are you comfortable proceeding today, or are you falling asleep that you can't do it today? Do you
Let's
want
do it today.
Okay.
Right. So with regards to the waiver and stipulations, you reviewed that with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand it?
I do.
You signed it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
You still understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Mhm.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
31.
All right, so it's yes or no, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, the one thing I'd like to point out for the court is my client, as he's mentioned, does work very hard. He works for a garage door company and they do travel. He was in Houston recently and some other places. He sometimes pulls 24-hour shifts when they're doing big jobs at Walmart and things like that. So I just want to make sure that the court is aware of that, just in case it presents some problem. I've explained to him that he'll have to report typically once a month, and that possibly that can be on Zoom. And so, but like I said, I just wanted to make the court aware of his work schedule.
All right, who is Judy Monroe Mendiola to you?
Judy. I
The
don't
person
know.
who was in the vehicle.
Oh, Judy. She was just a friend of a friend.
All right, and who is Manuel Maris, the 4th to you?
He's just a friend.
All right, not anymore. So this is what the court is going to do. There's 4 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular regular random UAs. The defendant is allowed to travel throughout Texas for employment. There should be no contact with Judy Monroe Mendiola and Manuel Maris, Mares, the fourth. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow recommendations. $1,500 fine, that's to be probated. Field visits 1 time per month for 8 months. Restitution to the Bexar County Crime Lab for drug testing. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
100 hours of community service restitution. He can either do those hours or he can pay it off at $7.25 per hour to the San Antonio Food Bank.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right. And if there's somewhere else he would like to pay that, it just needs to be a place that's approved by probation.
Okay.
I only suggest that because, as you know, they always have a shortage.
Sure. Definitely. And Judge, I told my client before we got up here, I've encouraged him to take the class as quickly as possible and do the community service hours as quickly as possible, because I think his intent is to prove to you that he can get off this probation sooner, hopefully. So.
All right. Do you live by yourself?
I live with family.
Any minors in the household?
My little cousin, he's 10.
All right. So no unsupervised contact with minors.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Judge, thank you.
Probation, is there anything else?
No, you're-
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
I did, yes, ma'am.
Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. In probation, he can either do the regular random UAs or either he can do the patch. Patch costs more, but it's more conducive to people who have time issues, and your attorney can explain that.
Instead of having to drive down to probation, they can give you a patch that determines whether or not you're using drugs. That you don't have to go down to probation once a month, sort of. So that might be easy for you.
Yeah, I'm just out of town a lot.
So the
I work
patch,
a lot.
so the patch might work better for you then, instead of having to make your way down to probation.
I mean, it's completely up to you. Here's the thing about the patch. When they put it on, they're the only people allowed to take it off. If you tamper with it, it's going to be a violation of your probation.
Oh, let's not do that then.
No, okay. All right, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
Yes.
Rodney Wiggins. Report.
Your Honor, I'm asking for a reset on this case, Your Honor. He has it
Where is he?
unindicted. He's in custody. I guess he was on hold. They said they had like 200 prisoners and they didn't know when they were gonna get him. But I can see him right after this. I can visit him.
Dave, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I believe discovery, Bexar to be indicted, his auditor is one unindicted case that stuff on. So what I discussed with counsel was that I was trying to take that and will offer support next.
All right, Ms. Ferguson.
Yes, sir.
If you reset this for the end of January, please.
January 27th.
All right, we'll see you back on January 27th.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll
Thank
confirm
you.
my client immediately.
No, that's for the state to tender an offer. Right. Anyone else ready? Anthony Freeman.
You know.
Great. All right. Where are we on this case with discovery?
We're reviewing it, Judge. I need to download it and get it done. There's not much to it, but I can get it done in a week or two.
All right, and has an offer been tendered?
No, because we're comparing, but we don't have the police report in the file.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, will you set this for the third week in January?
I believe the 22nd.
All right, y'all need to confer off Docket.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
and
you.
at that time, the state will tender an offer.
All right.
All right, just have a seat. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Yes,
Can we approach on Mr. Galindo?
yes,
Your Honor.
let me find him. Yes,
Judge, so the state and I had talked to the court liaison, and so it looks like Mr. Galindo has signed up for his SOMU conditions on December 5th.
Mhm.
But I don't think they've interviewed the chaperone. And that's just what's,
So according to probation, they don't do the interviews for the chaperones. It has to be the treatment provider that they are going for sex offender treatment. And so he, from what I can see on the TCIC and CC, he wasn't paroled until November 25th. And so it's just been recently released, signed the conditions on the 5th. So I don't know if he's been really set up to doing that. Yeah. And Mr. Galindo was correct. The judgments are kind of funky. One of the counts of compelling doesn't have any reference to consecutive. It's the one other one that says it's consecutive to it. So he did get those consecutive terms. So he should be on
okay, so when will his parole end?
2027.
All right, so at this time, legally, my hands are tied with regards to residing until there's a chaperone approval, and then we'll need to be a hearing. So at this point in time, it's denied. And counsel, if you could remain on the case. If you all want to come back and have a hearing once there's something in place for oversight of the minor, then the court will consider that.
okay.
All right, so just whenever you want to set it, count.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
And then counsel, if you need to speak with his parole officer or something.
Hi, Judge. Good morning. So I was running a little late. On Angela Pettis, Judge, we're working on paperwork. So can we come back at 1:30 to do the plea on that?
We're in jury trial.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Y'all complete the paperwork and we'll see where we are, and then I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay. We'll see how far we can get this morning before you break.
Okay.
But she's working on, it's a lot of cases, so and I'll have them bring her out, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That went sideways, right? Wasn't expecting that. I was. Yes.
On, back to Mr. Galindo, he has some supervisory fees. They assessed his supervisory fees from the day he was granted probation. From in 2017. And he didn't meet with probation until December the 3rd.
Okay.
And they're asking, the finance people are asking if you will waive $6,200 and I think it's $240 for the time that he was in in prison.
Well, I'm sure that will happen once it's presented to me. So I need more information.
Okay,
So about this case.
okay.
For example, I know that he was in prison.
Right.
But to dot all i's and cross all t's, if I can get something to show
Sure.
that he's in prison, then of course he shouldn't have to pay fees because nobody was supervising him.
Right.
I mean, charging people and not supervising.
That's the kind of job I want.
All right, thank you. Who's here on Tomas Cantu?
That's the next one.
Are there any applications in this case?
No, you're.
Right up to the black line, just make sure you speak up. Yes, there's.
Court is calling 2025 CR 006941. State versus Tomas Cantu. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Cornelius Cox for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Cantu?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document titled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we are proceeding on count 1 and waiving count 2.
No objections.
And the enhancement?
We're waiving her.
No objection.
All right, counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cantu, did you review the documents entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
In count 1, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Cantu, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state you're proceeding, I'm sorry, you're going under count 1, but you're proceeding on the lesser included offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1?
Yes, that's correct.
Any objections to that?
Objections. Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 6 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's a $500 fine, $180 restitution to Texas Department of Public Safety, and cause number AUS 2406-12285. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State.
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
It offers 6-1 an attachment.
No objections.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Honor. No, Your Honor. Just that the court follow the plea agreement.
All right, the court will sentence you to the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. There's a $500 fine, time and money remain concurrent. There's to be restitution of $180 to the Texas Department of Public Safety and AUS 2406-12285. And there's to be no residing in households with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you don't get a control of your drug habit, 1 or 2 things going to end up happening. It's already damaging your heart, but either you're going to end up in the Bexar County Jail a lot, or somebody else's jail, or somebody else's prison. When you're released from the Bexar County Jail, if you cannot find a place that can help you maintain your sobriety, if I'm still here, I'll pick up the phone, call somebody to help you. All right?
Sure.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Oh, happy holiday. Oh, they've been telling me that I need to root for Texas Tech. Oh, a lot of people, they get, yeah.
That's in love with me.
Yeah, a lot of people keep saying that.
Not affiliated with the SEC on it. I don't think so. Thank you.
Let's see, I'm Brendan Andrew. Court is calling 2025 CR 0127660 State versus Brendan Marcus Andrew. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
McCrane for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Stephen Harkowitz for Brendan Andrew.
And are you Mr. Andrew?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Andrew, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with continuous violence against family member. Against the family. That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Andrew, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a US citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able, excuse me, there's no hugging up in this courtroom. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Andrew, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a US citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, state is recommending the adjudication.
No, is that your plea?
Yes.
All right, did you review that's okay. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be 100 hours of community service restitution, the BIP course, the TAP evaluation, and follow all recommendations. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, state offers into evidence as exhibit 1 with all attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. Okay, off the record, I don't see the February 2nd date on this.
Done the last page, Your Honor. The last report is the February 2nd one.
Oh, thank you. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would just ask the court to follow the recommendation that the state has made and grant Mr. Andrew deferred adjudication, Your Honor.
All right, what are your issues with anger?
Mine, it's gotten a lot better since the incident, but I will admit before the incident, I would just allow my emotions to get the best of me. And instead of just kind of thinking of different outlets like I do now, whether it be going on walks, going to work out, going to just kind of clear my mind, listening to music. For me, I would just allow myself to fly off the wall. I would just allow myself to just react and just, it was one of those act now and not really think about the repercussions later. And so due to that, I will admit that that kind of undisciplined part of me ended up coming out the nights of the incident. And sadly, that's why we're here.
Are you employed?
As of this morning, no, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There should be no contact with Janelle Ota. Proof of employment within 45 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. The BIPP course. Field visits one time per month until further notice. No residing in households with minors.
I will say, I apologize, I do have a roommate and she does have a kid. She has a daughter that stays with us.
Yeah, that's not a good placement.
Yes,
And you say it's a roommate. What's your relationship?
it is, it's just a roommate type of situation.
And is she aware of your criminal history?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand that, but yeah, I can't allow you to reside in households with minors until you have at least taken some steps or some classes with the BIPP course. I'll consider after that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's to be TAP evaluation. In custody. Follow all TAP recommendations. And there's to be referral to felony drug court. Probation, is there anything else? Yes, probation. Anything else?
No.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Not at this time. One thing that I was wondering is I'm currently working towards my CDO. And so once I finish that, I know sometimes some jobs can take you out of state, some will keep you in Texas.
And so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes, ma'am.
And with regards to the 100 hours of community service restitution that I'm gonna order, if you complete and obtain your CDL, that will satisfy that condition.
Okay.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, and there's,
Should be long.
all right, just give me a moment. If he'll have a seat and then we'll do the victim impact.
Find you such.
Throw it.
For talk about in custody.
Yes. Counsel.
Jail sanction bill, just.
And he's gonna be in custody.
No, I mean, you don't want a jail sanction.
No,
Just
he's
in
doing the
custody.
TAP evaluation in custody. All right, so stop the presses. We're taking our recess.